What's up, my beautiful superstars? I'm Prok, and today I'm here at Torrey Pines Beach, and this video will share with you the first step that I learned to living my best life, and that was to love yourself completely. I'll tell you the story of how that all happened, because it took my life from the lowest point that it's ever been to a beautiful life that I'm living now. And at the end of the video, I'll give you a quick 2-minute exercise that you can do right now to make your life go from where it's at to that beautiful life that'll be more like this beautiful Torrey Pines Beach. It's time to let your light shine, finding that superstar inside of you. I am so excited to share this video with you because I've told this story hundreds of times, either to individual people or to seminars, and now I get to package it in a way that I can share it with you and I can share it with the world, and it's something that can help take your life from where it's at and just make it better. And the first step that I learned to make my life better happened when I was actually living in Las Vegas. Let's go back before then, when I was living in my parents' basement back in Colorado. And this was about 8 years ago. My life was terrible. It was low vibe. I didn't have money, didn't have a car, was living in their basement. It's just what it was. And one of my buddies calls me and he says, let's move to Vegas, we'll figure it out. And I didn't have a place to live in Vegas, but I was gonna go figure it out. And I jumped into a car with a friend of his, and I got to Vegas, and I just call it couch surfing. But my brother, about 6 months ago, he called me and he says, do you ever look back at your life and figure out how far you've come? And I said, you know, maybe I should, because I should be really grateful. And he said, yeah, man, because not too long ago, you were some weird homeless dude in Vegas, and now you're a working actor, and you live on the beach in La Jolla, you got your own place, you're doing it, man. And I just kind of laughed, and I said, you know, I was calling it couch surfing. He's like, let's not sugarcoat it. You were homeless, and yeah, I didn't really have a home. I was going from place to place, and I didn't have a job, no money. But what happened there changed my whole life, and I hope and pray it'll change your life too. So I was in the kitchen of my friend's place. It wasn't his place, but it was his baby's mama's place, exactly what it was. And I was in the kitchen with him and my new friend. And my new friend was going through some stuff. He's a big football player kind of guy, but he was crying and mad and angry about something. And my friend says to him, this isn't about your ex-wife or anything outside of you. You gotta love yourself. And he said it with this force, and it was like this energy popped out at me. And I said, that's it, you gotta love yourself completely. So I went back to the place we were staying, and over the next few nights, I wrote out a handbook. It was called Let Your Light Shine, and I'm just typing, let your light shine, finding the superstar inside of you. 3 steps, love yourself completely, clear negative thought patterns and energy, then expand your love and lighten your power and get a vision for your life. So I just had something, and I started coaching people with it, taught a few seminars, and it's become a way of life for me to build that self-love. That's just so important. So I want to share that with you, because if you've had self-love issues like I have, and these are issues that if anyone said you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, they might have even called you ugly, you're not worthy, you don't deserve that. You do deserve that. But when we learn all these limitations from our environment, we've got to build through that and build a love bubble from within. We've got to learn or relearn or unlearn the things that aren't serving us. We really have to unlearn the things that aren't serving us and go back to our truths, because we are made of love. If you just take a deep breath right now and just, you're not thinking about anything, you're not really, nothing's going on, but you just feel peace or love, it's in us all the time. The love is always there. But a lot of times our negative thoughts and limitations and negative beliefs and all that, they block. Can you feel that? You feel it, right? You feel the love. And we have it inside of us. It always just is. And I'll give you a quick 2-minute exercise that you can do right now that'll transform your life. And I learned about this when I went from Las Vegas. I ended up jumping into a car with some strangers. There used to be some website called Zimride, and I paid some guys $20 to get a ride to San Diego because my sister was having a baby, and she said, can you come out here to San Diego and help me with the baby for a week? And I said, okay. And I remember talking to my dad. My dad thought I was basically going to get killed in the car with some strangers, but thank God I got to San Diego, stayed for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, then a month. Then it was like, okay, you could stay here, but I had such limiting beliefs, negative beliefs about money, all this stuff going on. It took me a while to still expand into my full love expression, which is more like I live now. But I even remember living at my sister's place at a very low vibe and just riding my bike, the bike that I borrowed around town because I didn't have a car. And I'd just be saying, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. So I'm saying these affirmations, building up that love bubble. But the 2-minute exercise is this. You can go look at yourself in a mirror right now or right after this video. Look into your own eyes and say, I love you. I love you. I love you. And it might feel weird. I would guess it probably would, unless your love is already going whoosh. But for me, I started crying. I had all these thoughts like, is it okay to love myself? Is it okay to even think about loving myself? I know I should love others and love God, but should I love myself? So I had to build up a new bubble because I had my heart that was almost like a wall of negative energy around my heart, protecting my heart from old things that have happened to me in the past that have me guarding love, and to build a loving mindset about myself and a perception of me and my life in the world that I am very loving and lovable. So do this 2-minute exercise. It'll transform your life because you need to go push through that conditioning. And now you can recondition your mind. You can recondition your life and start to believe and feel and be that loving and lovable person that you've always been. And this video will help you do that. This exercise will definitely help you do that. And then I want you to just take it steps further. You can redo this exercise whenever you need to, but you can also just tell yourself a new story. I am loving and lovable. Let me hear you say it. I am loving and lovable. Like really feel it. I am loving and lovable. And send that out. Broadcast that message to life. Override those limiting patterns that you learned. Broadcast, I am loving and lovable. Build that self-love for yourself. And you can even ask yourself, or you can even say something to yourself like, I am loving and lovable. You can say, I love myself. And then you can say, I love myself completely. And when you've cleared up all of your self-love issues, when you say, I love myself, and then you change it to love myself completely, and you don't feel any resistant energy in, I love myself completely, I feel like then you're in a really powerful, loving, empowered place. And you can always go more, but loving yourself completely is that first step to living your best life. Thank you for being here with me, my beautiful superstars. This video is all about self-love, but it's just the first step because there's more to do. The next video will be about clearing negative thought patterns and energy, because to make your life the best it can be, you've got to do some spring cleaning in your mind and make sure your mindset and your thoughts are steering yourself towards that positive life. Thank you again. Like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications. And as always, make sure that you stay awesome. I'll see you in the next video.